Ideal Semiconductor is a 5-year-old startup company that works on breakthrough power discrete technology to provide higher levels of efficiency to power semiconductors.
It's been very difficult for us because we don't have our own fabrication, we don't have our own assembly and test capability.
That's because majority of the supply chain manufacturing process is handled overseas in Asia.
It really is a bit of a crisis in terms of the logistics associated with sending materials, sending those wafers over into the Asia Pacific region, getting them assembled into the appropriate packaging configurations, and then tested, and then shipped back to the US or shipped, who knows where else around the world for use.
And when you look at impacts from the pandemic and geopolitical issues, the challenges thicken.
The whole COVID situation and the geopolitical situations have probably injected at least 18 to 24 months of delays into our development schedules and go to market and go to production types of schedules. So it's been having a direct impact.
Obstacles could ease up thanks to President Joe Biden. He signed the Science and Chips Act into law over the summer.
It's our hope that, that entire supply chain, not just the wafer fabrication, but the entire supply chain just kind of gravitates towards the Americas shores.
The act provides roughly $280 billion in new funding to boost domestic research and manufacturing for semiconductors in the United States.
Improving the productivity of our research and development is critical because we burn cash on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And so it's our hope that we can get some capital to bring some of those critical items back into the US, back under our roof, actually.
For those of us that are in the channel, it's about supply consistency and really making sure that that has some longevity to it and that there isn't any disruptions or geopolitical issues that could come into play. This really kind of helps, streamline and flatten everything out for everyone that's in the computer industry.
Ideal Semiconductor CEO wants to see the government come out with a policy statement to maximize the funding once it starts rolling out and help startups like his own.
Sprinkling dollars around, to private entities or public entities, quite frankly, is not going to get the job done. I think we're just going to see, that money go out, and we're not going to see the return that we really need. So the power of the federal government making a long-term policy statement, and I don't know that I can prescribe specifically what they would say, but it needs to say something like, hey, we need to manufacture this stuff in the US. We need to be leaders in manufacturing from a cost standpoint, from a quality standpoint, from a performance standpoint. And to do that, we need to invest lots of R&D dollars here in the US from an economic standpoint, from a regulatory standpoint, from an infrastructure standpoint. That policy, it needs to encompass all of those things.